Hello and welcome to Motoring Middle East. Today we're checking out the Kia Seltos, which is their latest small SUV. They have big expectations from it. It's a really cute, good-looking car. It's got two engines, a 1.4 turbo with about 140 horsepower and a 1.6 with 120-something horsepower. We're only going to get the 1.6, I think, because people in our region like bigger engines. It's a bit of a shame. I think 1.5 is a nice motor. It comes with a 7-speed DSG, but the 1.6 comes with a 6-speed automatic. It's pretty much a front-wheel drive Hyundai Creta. If you're familiar with that car, it's pretty much a sister car. It's got loads of gadgets and techs. Let me take in a quick external walk around, shall I? So the Kia Seltos looks completely different from the Creta, which is a budget vehicle. This one has a much more premium look. You see these sort of interconnected polygons down. This is the GT line, which is a spec that we're probably going to be the top end. Prices for this car haven't been estimate somewhere between 70 and 90,000 dirhams. Rivals for this Honda. Both of them, like the Honda HRV, this is actually in India. Comes with 70-inch wheels, quite nice looking. I love this red stripe down here on the GT line car. It's pretty much your standard boxy crossover. Very smart looking. If you come around to the back as well, it's got a lot of presence. It feels like a much more premium upmarket car. Price would suggest. If you're looking for a Syrah, well, actually, this overhead. See if it's got. Okay, so boot space pretty solid for the segment. Nothing easy. The sloping roofline does cut into it a bit, and underneath we've got a massive spare tire. This, of course, is removable, but yeah, enough for a couple with kids and maybe a dog. But a full family might. All right, let's see the interior of the Seltos. Okay, so top of the line GT line car. It's got fake leather, but it's quite nice. It's got this ruche stitching here. It's got ventilation, well, perforation, not ventilation, and red contrast stitching. Got space for two cups here. It has got rear mounted USBs, only one I'm afraid, so your passengers might have to share, but it's got a rear mounted USB and rear AC vents. Fairly deep pockets and good visibility. What's it like? Well, you know what, I've got enough headroom. I'm pretty okay for seat angle, plenty of legroom. For a small B SUV, it doesn't really feel cramped or uncomfortable. It does feel a lot more expensive than it is. It feels very German, dare I say it. Not a bad thing at all. See what the driver gets to see. So, this is where the Seltos actually really scores. It's a pretty nice interior. It's got a lot of features. I'm going to try to run through them as much of them as I can. As you can see, electric seat for the driver. You've got a sunroof, not panoramic, but a pretty decent sunroof. You've got pretty much every function you could ask for. 10-inch screen. I think the basic inch screen is a 7-inch screen, but let's fire this up. You'll see. It's got pretty much all the functions and options you ask for. Navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bose sound, Bluetooth. It's got dual Bluetooth. So actually dual Bluetooth basically means you hook up two phones at once, which is quite cool. The gauges are very nice, very clear. Seating position, I'm still getting used to it. I think it was okay. About 5'9", 5'10", and I was reasonably comfortable. It's got a heads-up display. Heads-up display for like 90,000 dirhams. I mean, this has come a long way. Gear stick is very nice, very easy to operate. You've got multiple drive and traction modes. So snow, sand, etc. Even though it's front-wheel drive, so it's not really going to make much of a difference. Air-conditioned seats is just one of those things that I can't be happier to see in a car. And it's a really nice function. Rear view cameras, all the usuals. Nice armrest. It's just basically got everything. I'm trying to think of what it doesn't have, and I'm really struggling. It even has a sport mode for a little 1.6. Now the reason Kia is throwing all this kit at the car is to mask the fact that to drive, it's pretty much your average sort of small crossover. Nothing too exciting. Tidy, gets the job done. Nimble, rides reasonably well. Nothing terribly offensive about it. But the difference is all this kit. So what that really means is that you have a car with the functionality and the features of a luxury car. And there's no reason that people in this price point shouldn't have it. But what it also means is that other rivals like Honda and Toyota need to be very wary, because this is an incredible amount of kit. I mean, it's only thing missing I can think of is radar cruise control. Otherwise, it's got pretty much everything. It's got climate control, for God's sake. And this screen is frankly absolutely amazing. I mean, it's not a screen that you expect in a BMW, in a Kia Seltos. So if I'm not blown away by the driving experience, I am blown away by the level of standard kit. All that's left to see is the prices. I believe it's 70 to 90,000 dirhams, but you'll probably see below what it actually is. So in terms of drive, I'm waiting to actually get a hold of the car and see how it feels. But for now, this is just a first look at the launch in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for watching. I'm Imthishan as always. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, etc. See you next time.